Hi, I'm Eric with Simply Elegant Home Cooking. Today I'm going to show you my recipe for shrimp cakes served up alongside a lemon and Old Bay aioli that we did in my last video. This is a really easy dish to put together, but it's really delicious, restaurant quality, so stick around and I'll show you how it's done. So these shrimp cakes are deceptively easy to put together, but I want to start by going over the ingredients. I have 1 pound of wild shrimp I've peeled and deveined, and I've cut these up just using a knife. I've really minced them pretty well. You can use a food processor if you like, but you want to avoid over processing them. You don't want to turn the shrimp into a paste. To that I'm going to add half of a red bell pepper that I have also very finely minced up. I'm going to add some fresh Italian parsley, some green onions, finely minced. And you can use other herbs if you like. Chives work pretty well with these too. I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup panko breadcrumbs. These will make them really nice and light. You want to season everything really well, so I'm going to go in with some sea salt, some cracked black pepper, and then you just want to add the binding agents. So I have 2 eggs that I've beaten up. And this is kind of my secret ingredient. I'm going to go in with about 2 tablespoons of lemon Old Bay aioli. This is a recipe that I made in my last video. There's a link to the description box there. It's going to add some nice flavor. It will also help bind it. If you don't have access to this, really easy to put together, but you could also use regular mayonnaise. And now that we have all of our ingredients in there, I'm going to mix this up, starting with the spoon, and then I'm eventually going to use my hands, but I'm going to get this going first. And you can decide what size to make these. I like to make them, more of like an appetizer size, but you can make these large to fit on a bun. All a matter of personal preference. So I'm just going to continue until these have all been formed into a ball. And this recipe makes about 10 to 12 depending on the size. I've got 8 of them here, but I only used about 2/3 of the mix. So I'm going to save the other third of it for later for a separate meal. And we're going to do 8 of these in one batch. So this recipe uses less oil than you think. Just about 3 tablespoons is plenty. So you just want to add in your shrimp cakes carefully. We have this on medium-high heat. I made sure to preheat the pan ahead of time so it sizzles. And we're just going to cook these for about 2.5 to 3 minutes on each side. And already after just about a minute or two, my kitchen smells amazing. That shrimp flavor, the other seasonings that went into these shrimp cakes. So at this point, we just want to check the bottom. We just want to make sure that we don't overcook these. Anytime you're cooking shrimp, you want to be very careful. So we have a little color. Just want to let that go about a minute longer. Okay, and our shrimp cakes have been in for almost 3 minutes, so I'm going to start giving these a flip. And that's what you're looking for, nice browning. But shrimp, you want to be sure not to overcook it, so you don't want to let them go any bit beyond this. But this looks perfect. So we're just going to flip these and let them go about 2.5 minutes on the other side. Usually the second side cooks a little bit faster. There we go. Okay, so I checked the other side and these look ready. It only took about 5 minutes of total cooking time, so I'm going to turn the heat off and we're about to plate these up. Okay, so here's the finished dish, plated up shrimp cakes with Old Bay Lemon Aioli. I always like to serve this with a squeeze of fresh lemon. So let's go on with a little bit of the sauce and dig in and see how this turned out. So the shrimp is cooked perfectly. All those flavors, the fresh herbs, the Old Bay and the sauce comes together really well. Give this a try. I'm sure you're going to love it. Again, for the Old Bay Aioli, check the link in my description box below. Very, very easy to put that together. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Eric with Simply Elegant Home Cooking, and I'll see you again soon.